There have been a lot of people who have tried to say that through media and science and fiction and all of them put together, they've been trying to slowly open our minds to these possibilities, not unlike a religion, but the religion of reality, to try to slowly open our minds to reality. And I don't know, maybe that is happening.
Well, we're moving into what is clearly a kind of technocratic age, right? With the technocrats and their technology and their technocratic religion. And in some respects, this story would make a good technocratic religion. Now, maybe that should be concerning to us, because I don't think the technocratic future is all that wonderful looking to me. But this is kind of a story of godlike technology, godlike intelligences, godlike AIs, and which is kind of what we're being spun here by people, at the head of these fields like Bill Gates and Elon Musk. I think they're kind of selling this idea of, merging with the machines and, chips in our heads and chips in us. And eventually, where is that going? This sounds a bit like this is the kind of religion they might like us to have, that forget God, forget nature, forget what we should be sort of is the mighty super intelligent AI and our merger with the divine machine, all these ideas. So it is kind of, I don't know, it's an uncanny timing for this information to come out at a moment when really we are on the edge of all these things. We are engineering, just this week we're engineering, primates, right? We're changing them, and we're talking about gene editing mosquitoes, right, so that they will become extinct. So we have the gene drives. And so now in the book I talk about that as well. I mean, that's, again, you could say the key point of this. I know we haven't got too much time, but I'll just reiterate that there's an important point here, that 780,000 years ago, not only do we have this object orbiting, but that's when we see changes in the genome of early hominins that give rise to the lines of large-brained humans. So us, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and a number of unnamed large-brained hominins that we have interbred with throughout prehistory, but we haven't got their fossils because we don't give them names yet, right? But we know there's a number of them. They all come out of a number of events that happen there, particularly a gene fusion of chromosome 2, sorry, not gene fusion, and that there's a number of genetic changes, gene changes at that time. When the brain goes into a massive acceleration, we have in the fossil record this sudden upward curve in the cranial capacity, right, at 780,000 years ago. So isn't that uncanny that we have this object exploding, this silica object in orbit? The hominin genome suddenly is modified in a way that leads to large-brained humans. And at this same point, we have the last geomagnetic reversal on this planet, 780,000 years ago, and a multi-directional asteroid bombardment, unexplained, which again is inferred in this information we're told is engineered, that these beings do that. And that turned out, considering that this information was published 2003, this story, which I based my work on, and just in 2016, they found that there is indeed impact scars from a multi-directional impact event around 780,000 years ago. Nobody knew about it back then. So with all those things pointing to that period, why is it that none of us have really heard of it? And why is it that this isn't a big story? Why isn't there a Nat Geo special on 780,000 years ago, the era of chaos, when we have strange objects in space and asteroid bombardments and a magnetic pole shift and the anomalies in the human genome? Why is that not a bigger story? Why am I having to find out about this in this really abstract, arcane, mystical way, coming out of someone else's encounter with an object? Otherwise, I would have never heard of any of this. That's the truth of this. That's one of the strangest elements. We would not have heard of any of these real-world scientific events without that happening.
Welcome to the Radio Wasteland. Welcome to the